take you in small doses. Small doses. Loving you, it's explosive.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another one of the Battle of the Palettes videos. So today we are going to do and find a dupe for the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, which is a classic palette that is actually discontinued now because it was limited edition, but this palette is beautiful and I know tons of people love it and tons of people didn't get their hands on it. So today we're going to be testing out a dupe for it, and the dupe I found is the Natural palette by Okalan. I think that's how you say it. I will have both. Well, I'll have this one linked in the bottom bar below. I won't be able to link the other one since it is limited edition, but I will have this one linked down below. This palette is pretty much the exact same as the Kat Von D palette. So I will show you them side by side. As you can see, they are pretty much identical. And unlike a lot of the dupes that I've shown so far, the names on the palettes are completely different, but these shadows have the exact same names. So whatever ones in the Kat Von D palette are the exact same and they correlate to the other palette. They also, the packaging is very, very similar. Obviously different names, but they do have similar types of font and the whole idea. And even the back, and this back of the dupe is different because it does give you options for like looks, but on the little mini part that shows the names, the writing is identical to the back of the Metal Matte palette. I never had a chance to actually get my hands on the Metal Matte palette myself, so my nice friend Stacy is letting me borrow her beautiful Kat Von D palette for me to do the video with. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the swatches and then I will show you my look, and at the end I will tell you what I think. The first shade we have is Linen. Then we get into Jet. Then we have Velour. Then we have Stone, Moss, Ribbon, and Silk. Once again, on the left there is the Kat Von D shades and the right is the other palette. So we have, first shade is Fringe, then we have Feather, then we get into Oak, Suede, which you can't really see on my mom's skin because she's super tan, and then we get into Bone, and lastly we have Velvet. And those are all of the matte shades, so now I'm going to do a comparison of all of the shimmer shades. Once again, Kat Von D is going to be on the left and the other one is going to be on the right. You can see already looking right off them that the shimmers are less similar. So the first shade we have is Nebula, then we go into Watt, we have Ignite, Tinsel, and you can see Tinsel are completely different shades, like nowhere similar. And then we go into Glitz, then we have Twinkle, Volt, and the pigmented on the other one is a lot more pigmented on it. Then we have Synergy, and we have Flash. Those two I think are pretty similar, just a little different in tones, but overall not too bad. So we're gonna do Kat Von D on this side, and then we'll do the dupe on this side. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to take Fringe from both palettes. So this is the Kat Von D shade, and we're going to take this into the crease on the other palette, and we'll do the same thing. And I'm going to wipe the brush off in between, but I am going to use the same brush just so I can have the best blending capabilities and the same blending capabilities at the same time. Okay? So right off the bat, the dupe palette has a little bit more kickback than Kat Von D does, but not too much. Kat Von D also has a lot more pigmentation. You can see on the first time that I did this one, it was pretty much colorful right off the bat, but this one I already did one dip, and I'm going to have to go back and do more just to get any sort of color payoff. But it does build up to pretty much the same color, I just actually have to build it. So right off the bat, I definitely don't think this is a dupe for this color specifically because this one is super pigmented and is showing up. I've layered the dupe side like 3 or 4 times and I still can't get it to be this vibrant of a color. So far the shade Fringe is not a dupe. On here, and excuse my thumb, I cut it cooking, so it's nice and wrapped, so excuse the ugliness. And then we're going to take the exact same shade, Silk, from the Dupe palette. I'm also going to focus this a little bit more on the outer portion and a little bit lower in the crease. So I definitely think the shade Silk, performance-wise, and the way it applies on the eyes, is definitely a dupe. Show you the dupe side as well.
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you.
So I also think that Ribbon is a dupe, the way it performs, the pigment, all of that. So for the shade on the lid, I'm going to go in with the shade Twinkle. First, I'm going to try to do it dry, and if I need to, I'll go back and intensify with a little bit of setting spray, because I like to apply my pigments and like shimmers and stuff with a little bit of a setting spray, but I wanted to see how it performs without it first. So going in with Twinkle. Show you the dupe one as well. Twinkle. Go into the shade Velvet and just deepen up the look. So this is what it looks like in the Kat Von D palette. And in the dupe. Definitely think these shades are dupes so far. My looks look pretty much similar. So I'm going to apply some eyeliner and some fake eyelashes, do my face makeup off camera, and then I'll be right back to finish off the eyes. So I'm going to go in with Velour. I wanted to do as many colors as I can, so I'm going to use Velour and Velour from the other palette as well. So I definitely think these are dupes as well because they apply the same amount of pigment, they blend the same, so I definitely love this color in the palette and I think it's a dupe. So I'm going to blend out the blue with the Ribbon shade, and I'm not going to show you just because you do know what it looks like. We have it all over our eyes already, so I'm going to blend that out.
How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you.
So once again, definitely think those two are dupes together. Now I'm just going to go in with the shade Linen, which is the nice bright white shade, and I'm going to mix that with Bone. So it's not as white, it's more of a nice creamy white. Do the same thing here, mix Linen and Bone, and this is going to be my brow bone highlight. Once again, those two are dupes. They apply the exact same, blend the exact same, and I really like how they work. Corner highlight, I'm going to take the shade Glitz, and I'm going to spray it with my brush to get it super, super metallic. Here's Glitz.
Just grab my hand from heaven sent with me tonight. Trying to find our place in this world, reaching for the stars, traveling.
So, overall, I definitely think that this palette is a dupe. As you can see in the swatches and how the look turned out, some shades were not a dupe, some shades didn't perform the same, but overall, the shades are similar enough that I'm going to consider this a dupe, just because the Metal Matte palette was limited edition, and if you really love the colors and just are really upset that you missed out on the chance to get it, this palette is similar enough for me to consider it a dupe, and for me to recommend you guys to pick this up if you're looking for something with tons of colors, awesome mattes and shimmers, and something that is definitely similar enough to consider it a dupe for the Metal Matte palette. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any other palettes you wanted me to try to find a dupe for, leave them down in the comment section down below. So without further ado, I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Also subscribe. I post videos every Wednesday, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!